Hey everybody, really excited for this chat today. Evan and Irma here from Avira Health.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, Dave. Today we're joined by David Shapiro, COO of Premier NX, with decades of global business process outsourcing leadership from North America to Asia. He's built and scaled operations worldwide at Premier NX. He's driving delivery excellence and client growth, as well as improvements in patient experience. We're so excited to have you. Welcome, Dave.
Evan and Irma, great to be with you. I know that you guys have had a lot of esteemed guests on your show, and I hope I can match up to some of them because I've enjoyed watching them myself.
Oh, thank you, and I'm sure you will.
I'm intrigued by your mission as well. Maybe start with your bio and background and what initially pulled you into the BPO world.
So that's funny that you say what pulled me into it. I got out of college intending to be a hotshot in the advertising world. That didn't work out, and I've been in the BPO space for literally 40 years.
Wow.
And what I've been doing in the BPO space is focusing on consumer experience and customer service. But as of late, we've been seeing a great opportunity to translate the knowledge, the best practices, the technology, and the things that we've been doing for consumer experience into patient experience. And I've worked with a lot of major corporations and major clients. And then I've come to realize that that has not translated, unfortunately, in the medical community as much. A lot of hospitals and healthcare organizations are not deploying best practices in patient care like their counterparts in the in the consumer world are. And so we've seen an opportunity to help bring best practices in customer experience to healthcare providers to provide better patient experience, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. Makes total sense. So right now, what's top of mind for you at Premier NX? What's the current big goal?
So the big goal is to introduce to our both existing clients and to our upcoming and new clients the continued evolution. I know AI is such a hot topic in the world, but it's not just AI for AI's sake. The goal that we're looking at is introducing to our clients the concept of tech-enabled human in the loop. We don't want somebody to make a choice between a human and technology. We think that the best practice is to deliver both to our clients' patients and deliver a patient experience that merges automation and technology with a human in the for escalation and human in the background and the combination of the both. So our aspiration is to continue to deliver this message that you shouldn't be making a choice between people and technology. You should be using both to solve your patient experience issues.
Love that. So one of the challenges as you become a large global organization is keeping the quality of both the people and the technology high. It tends to erode as the bigger you get. What's been your secret? Because you have been very successful at very high metrics.
Well, you're correct that the larger you scale, the harder it is to keep a tab on quality. But it's becoming easier and easier because of technology. And the reason I say that, what used to be a best practice, whether you're in the consumer space or the patient space, was that you would have QA people monitoring a very small percentage of calls, 1%, 2%, 3% of the calls, and you would only get a small indication. Through technology today, we can now monitor and QA 100% of the calls. That was not possible before. You could record calls, but you couldn't listen to them and evaluate them all. It would be a very, very small percentage. Now, through AI, we can monitor what the patients are feeling. We can get the sentiment of the call. We can understand if our patient coordinators and patient ambassadors are doing the right things on the phone and giving the right information, because literally we can evaluate 100% of the calls through our automated QA technology.
Amazing.
Well said. Yeah. So obviously we talked about healthcare. Healthcare is quite different from other industries, including in how important the trust is for both patients and providers and whoever is using your technology. So tell us, what's the secret to building that long-term client trust?
So first, behind the scenes. I mean, this doesn't mean anything immediately to the patient, but when it means something to the client, meaning the healthcare provider, you have to have all the normal security features, HIPAA and SOC and high trust. And so we have to have all the back end tools. We have to be doing our audit of our own systems and processes. And so we have to earn our clients' trust that we're doing the right thing, for them and their data and their patient information. So that's all behind the scenes. But then to earn the individual one-on-one, me to you trust of the individual patient as they're talking, they have to feel confident that they're getting the right information. They have to feel confident that that there's the right degree of empathy. And here's where the balance is. If you use only technology, you'll lose empathy. Vice versa, you want to have technology complementing what the human is doing and giving information. So we use AI to help co-pilot the call. And what I mean by that is there'll be a human delivering the information, but AI is working in the background, going into the knowledge base, going into the patient records, going into the patient information, pulling up a suggested answer so the quality of the answer is that the person giving the information is not just giving it off the top of their head. They're getting it from the database that AI has searched, found, and presented, but they're delivering it with human emotion and human empathy.
Amazing. Wonderful goal. So you're personally based in Ohio. You have quite a global perspective and experience. What are some of the cultural lessons and multicultural dynamics that kind of stick with you most?
Yeah, thank you for that question, because yes, I'm based in Columbus, Ohio, and we have operations literally around the world. Multiple operations in different locations in Asia, but also in the U.S. and Canada, and each country has its own culture. So your question is great, and what we're strong believers in is that the word offshoring is a misnomer. It's got a bad reputation in some circles, but it's a misnomer because each country is totally different. So to label offshoring as a certain stereotype doesn't make sense. We much prefer the terminology right shoring. And with right shoring, we look at each client situation and we recommend the right geography based on skill set, based on accent, based on culture, based on costs. And we recommend the right geography for that particular client. And in many cases, it's a hybrid of both onshore and offshore. And as an example, in the patient care or patient experience in the healthcare world, we are strong believers in the Philippines as a destination. And the reason why is the Philippines has a huge, a very high plethora of nursing resources. They are underemployed, meaning there's far more nursing graduates than are employed in the Philippines to actually be nurses in the hospital themselves. And these are nurses that have equivalent degrees to U.S. degrees, and yet many of them are underemployed. So we can bring nurses on the phone for extremely low cost compared to U.S. that can help a healthcare provider keep costs contained, but provide nurses on the phone as opposed to just in the U.S. perhaps having a regular customer service agent. So the patient is actually talking to a healthcare professional, and that's readily available in the Philippines.
Wow.
I love this idea of the right shoring and using just the right geography with just the right kinds of personnel and resources that would make the most difference to your clients. So tell me, what trends are most reshaping outsourcing industry today? Is everybody doing right shoring, or are there other trends, and how do you differentiate yourself from others?
So great question. And there are some companies that are doing right shoring, but most are just blindly selling whatever country that they're in. But the other terminology that if some of the viewers can take away from this, we talked about right shoring, but another terminology that I want to resonate here is you mentioned outsourcing, and we're trying to get away from that term too. We really want to use the term co-sourcing. And when we're co-sourcing with a hospital provider or chain of clinicians, we really want to co-source so that we align our KPIs. We align our processes. We align our goals. We really want the patient and our end client, meaning the hospital chain, to feel we are part of them. We are an extension. We are seamless. And we're not outsourcing the work to us. They are co-sourcing, and in some cases, we are frontline patient experience, and then there may be escalations that go to somebody at the hospital themselves. But we are we take on the persona of that particular hospital or provider, and we culturally we brand our people part of that hospital. We are only in their systems from a security standpoint, and we really feel that we are not an outsourcer. We are a co-source partner to that particular client.
Incredible opportunity. So clearly, AI and automation are changing much about the traditional BPO model compared to even a few years ago. Even a lot of the media critics are saying, "Oh, outsourcing is peaked, and automation will replace this industry." How do you respond to that, and what is the impact that you see over time?
So definitely, I mean, there's no doubt or question about how much AI is impacting this industry. But as far as immediate total replacement of people, we don't see that because of what I was talking about earlier about we believe that the best model is a human in the loop to deliver the right amount of empathy. Now, 5 years from now or 10 years from now might be a slightly different thing, but Premier NX is positioning ourselves that we're going to do the right thing for our clients all along the way, and we're going to continue to evolve. So if it makes sense to be people, it'll be people. If it makes sense to be technology, it'll be technology. If it makes sense to be a hybrid, which is what we really believe, that's what will be. One of the things that makes us unique is that we've actually got internally our own R&D group that's doing, we're calling it's an AI lab. And our AI lab is continually working to, whether we're developing code internally or working with third-party partners to look at what other AI solutions that maybe are on the drawing board that we can help deliver to our clients and their patients or their consumers. And so we're continually to embrace AI. We're not running away from it. We're embracing it, and we're trying to be innovative through our AI lab to find applications for our existing clients. But we do not see people totally going away. But when and if it makes sense to gradually lessen what the human does and have more technology, and then have the people who still are there working on higher level escalations. That's what our methodology is.
Seems like the right shoring or right solution is really through and through in your approach here. So Dave, you've been in the industry, in healthcare industry for 40 years. What advice would you give to new leaders stepping into this industry, given how unique it is?
So, there's a lot of things that have come to pass over the last 40 years, but it's hard to sum it up. But the advice I would get is whatever you think it's going to be today, it'll be something different tomorrow. So make sure that you stay open-minded. Make sure that you stay creative. Make sure that you stay innovative. And make sure that you add people on your team that are going to come along the journey with you. It's all about the people that they're constantly looking to find new ways. Whatever you're doing today, I do not believe in that cliche, if it's not broke, don't fix it. We're always looking to break what we're doing and improve it and make it better. Empower your people. Make your people proactive or encourage them to be proactive. So make your whole organization a learning organization that is constantly evolving. That would be my advice.
Fantastic. So where do you want to take Premier NX over the next couple of years? What's on your radar, and where are you headed?
So we're continuing to grow, but that sounds self-serving. It's not about the growth for us. What we want to do is continue to work with healthcare providers to increase the amount of automation as is provided, to improve the patient experience, to make it seamless, to lower costs. There's still a lot of healthcare providers out there that are doing things internally on a disparate, decentralized basis. They're not using best practices. And who is suffering in that? the patient is suffering. There's still a lot of healthcare organizations out there that when you're trying to make an appointment, you're on hold for a long time, and you're calling because you're frustrated. You've got something wrong. You've got a medical issue. You can't get anything more sensitive than your health. And yet these people are treated many times, or it feels like they're treated like they don't matter. When they get to the doctor is great. But to get to the doctor, it's such a chore, and we want to help make streamline that process.
That's really great, Dave. I love your focus on kind of breaking down silos and solving for inefficiencies in healthcare, all in the service of improved patient experience. I love to see your focus on people and how you approach the combination of technology is great, but this human in the loop is so important, especially in healthcare. So as we wrap up here, any last things you want to impart on our audience, or tell us where people can learn more about the company? Do you go to events? How can we follow your journey here?
What I'd like to share to the audience is, same advice that I was giving to other startups that you mentioned. Stay open-minded. Embrace what's coming. Embrace what's new. Find out the best in it. And there are always evolving technologies in the marketplace. And what we're doing with our help clients is to help sort through and filter what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. As far as how to reach me, it's Dave Shapiro. I'm on LinkedIn. You can go to our website at www.premiernx.com, and we're happy to have a conversation. It won't be a sales pitch. What we want to do is work with clients to become trusted advisors. We want to earn the trust of our clients that they're convinced that we will be trustworthy for their patients and consumers. So if people want to have a friendly conversation or get advice or learn some best practices, we're happy to have that conversation.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on all the success and helping people and the mission. Onwards and upwards, Dave. Thanks so much.
Thank you for your time. So I appreciate what you guys do in the marketplace. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thanks everyone for listening and watching, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.